Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? So, this is Cora. She has just been finished. Pink, very pink. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures, 4 big fat signatures. Yeah, she's covered in this beautiful fabric that's just gorgeous. I just picked it up and I thought this has to be a journal cover. I wanted to put some embellishment on it, but I didn't want to put some embellishment on it, so this is the compromise I came up with. It is actually just a piece that sits inside the book and can sit on the front if you like it. If you don't like it, you can take it off. So yeah, I just didn't want to cover up any of this beautiful fabric. It's just too gorgeous. She has a great big pink tassel, all sorts of different threads and whatnot, making up a nice pink tassel just held on by a rose gold paper clip, so you can take that off. And the back is just more of that fabric. There's fluff of this fabric everywhere now. She's quite padded. She's got a double layer of padding on her, so she feels quite nice in the hand. She's not hard. Well, she's a hard cover obviously, but she's not hard. This is her inside face. She has 4 of these little bead dangles off of her tabs. She's got 8 tabs, 4 of them have dangles. So yeah, yeah, she's very pink, very pink. I don't do a lot of pink, so it's quite unusual for me. She's about 27 centimeters high, which is just over 10.5 inches, and about 20 centimeters wide, which is about 8 inches. What's her spine? Her spine is 6 centimeters. Sorry, 6 inches would be enormous, which is almost 2.5 inches. So yeah, she's a beautiful big journal. Her name is Cora. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think I did, but just in case. Right, let me make sure I've put her back where she needs to be so you can see all of her. Okie dokie. We will move her tassel just up out of the way. Yeah, here is her inside cover. This is just the piece that is dangling over the front. So you can see she actually doesn't have anything on this beautiful piece of fabric. I so wanted to put something on there, and I just so didn't want to cover up any of it. So yeah, that was my compromise. So let's see. Okie dokie. And it doubles as a bookmark if you happen to want to pop it in as a bookmark. There's no pockets on the inside covers. It's this coffee dyed scrapbook paper that I had floating around. I did a little bit of stenciling on it that was sort of similar to some of the flowers that are on the front, in sort of a gold and a pearlescent and pinky colour. So yeah, just a bit of decoration there. So she's fat. They're always fat, aren't they? Yeah, I just can't help myself. I mean, like I always say, you can take the embellishments out. It's not really an issue. There's a lot of things you can remove. So I'll just have a little paper embellishment down here on this pink page. This is from my paper cutting book that I picked up. It's been batch dyed. It just had some beautiful pages of pink, and I thought, perfect, we'll be in that. Here we have a pocket, has a little tuck in the front, a sort of faux postage stamp tuck, and it has a little folder in there holding a few tags and tickets and bits and pieces. There's a tag and one of my unfinished envelopes, bus ticket, and a journal card. I used a few book pages in here from both the paper cutting book and my flower arranging book. Anything that sort of suited the pink theme I grabbed out. So it's one of my little tabs. The tabs are all the same, they're just made out of the same fabric that the cover's made of. It's sewn to keep them nice and sort of stiff. And they have a little flower of some description stuck to them. Some ink and coffee dyed watercolor paper. There's a piece of my crepe paper dyeing. Just some dictionary page with some stenciling. I had a lot of different pink washi tapes, so I made full use of those in here. Here's a little side loading pocket. That's one of those little cut out book page sort of gate envelopes with a few bits of ephemera. Just a little card, little unfinished envelope with those tiny little paper clips that you can't get on and off. Well, you can get them off, you just can't get them back on. Some note paper, a sticker, and yeah, just a little bit of embellishment, paper embellishment there. Here is a piece of shopping bag from Woolworths. This is how I deal with my shopping bags. I cover up the logos with anything I fancy, paper or paint or ink. So yeah, and then the bags are usually pretty plain for writing and whatnot. Here's another little pocket. We have a big tag, one of my paper doll bookmarks, a smaller tag, just a little picture out of a book, and some bits of printed ephemera, a tag that came in a grab bag, and a tiny envelope with, I think it has some stamps in it, I believe. Pink ones, funnily enough. This is scrapbook paper I've had forever and ever and ever. I made a lot of pages out of it and just filed them in my filing cabinet, and I just pull them out when I need them. I still got quite a few left over, and I've edged all of them with this pink lace for this journal. It's another piece of that paper bag. Actually quite textural. I did this just with acrylic paint through a stencil with my palette knife, so it's raised and yummy. It's a piece of beetroot dyed paper, which is the reason this whole journal came to be, because I made that beetroot dyed paper and it was very pink, and I thought, well, best I make a pink journal, I guess. Here's another little page tab. This one's got the dangle on it and just a little sort of embroidery sort of flower thing, a doodad that I picked up somewhere along the way. Here is a little envelope pocket. It's just tucked into this book page pocket here. Has some ephemera inside. There's a tag and a journal card, and underneath here there is a sticker and a couple of pieces of ephemera. And this was one of my prototype pockets, and it's upside down, but it still tucks in, so I'm happy with that. It's all on a piece of that flower arranging book. Here's another book page pocket, another journal card, a little pad of papers, a tag, one of those faux postage stamps made out of a book page, and just a little bit of printed ephemera. And that's again on that paper cutting page. It's just a pocket made out of a book page, a bit of writing paper, and a couple of a tag and just a little piece of ephemera from a paper pack that I had floating around, and again another little paper embellishment with a little bit of doily. Some pink paper, some more of that beetroot dyeing. Here's one of my medals that I make, just with a coin and some pink coloured ribbon and little bits of broken jewellery stuck on. I think they're quite cute for a paper clip. And tucked in behind that there is a couple of journal cards. One of them's a handmade one of them's a printed one. I think it actually has some pink purple cabbages on it. So everybody needs purple cabbages in their journal. And just a little bit of ephemera out of a paper pack. More beetroot dyed paper. Another pocket. We have a tall tag just made out of a leftover piece of this inside cover paper. Another journal card and a tag. These are pretty much the last of my washi stickers. Of course, when washi stickers became a thing, I bought a ton. I've been using them and using them and using them, and I'm pretty much out now. A little handful left, maybe 6 or 8 of them or something. So yeah, I don't think I'll order any more. They were cute to have, but I prefer making my own embellishments, I got to admit. The further I go along in junk journaling, the more I enjoy making little bits and bobs rather than buying them. So more beetroot dyeing, also beetroot dyeing, totally different colours. I mean, I don't know whether it picks up on the camera, but yeah, this is so pink and this is just so pastel. So this piece of my handmade paper, it had a sort of a pink hue to it, so I popped that in. Some more scrapbook paper. It's all Kaiser Craft, in case you're interested. I don't know whether they still make it. Like I say, I've had it for years. Just a little bit of printed ephemera, a little tag, and 2 big journal cards. These are made out of my glue pages. These glue pages that we have 10,000 of. So yeah, they were in my stash and they suited Cora just down to the ground, so they ended up in here. It's another page tab with a dangle. This one has a little embroidered flower on it as well. I mentioned this one back here. Page tab, little flower with a pearl. Who knows? Some more of that flower decorating book. This has actually got the same pink cabbages on it that that piece of printed ephemera had on it earlier. So yeah, matchy. Piece of my paper bag. Just some beet dyed paper. Another piece of that book. Actually, I think this is a potpourri book. These were sort of the inside pages. Okay, here's another piece of that paper cutting book. Again in pinks. Little file folder just made out of a cut out manila folder. I put little pockets in it, made out of old canvas, and just tucked in a few little bits of ephemera. And then there's just a tuck pocket on this side. There's a little paper bag made out of baking paper that's been coffee dyed. Just has a tag inside, and a big piece of washi on the outside. This is some of that potpourri book again. Another little tab, just with a paper and fabric flower with a little brad through the middle. A piece of embroidery sampler. Afrikaans to English dictionary page. Another piece of my paper bag. And another tab, again with one of those little flowers, sort of paper flowers with a pearl, and another little dangle. Just cute beads from Broken Jewelry. Bit of paper collage for writing on. Another piece of that watercolour paper. And another pocket. We have a little bit of writing paper, one of my unfinished envelopes, just a piece of ephemera from a paper pack, and I believe this is another unfinished envelope. So yes, you can either stick these together and use them as an envelope, or just journal on the inside and tuck them in somewhere. It's just an envelope used as a pocket. A little fabric flip out. It just has a few bits of ephemera on the inside, made out of an old blue book page again. This one of my little flip pockets has just a tag in the back, a couple little tags in the top pocket, some stickers in the middle pocket, and a couple of tickets and a piece of a printed ephemera in the bottom pocket. It's all made out of one of my jelly prints on book page. Another one of these little paper embellishments. This was actually wallpaper border at the back, piece of my handmade paper that was quite pink. And a little bit of book page, and a piece of book page that I have painted over with acrylic paint and then used ink and brush to just do some mark making on. I'll do a video on that. I've actually half done the video, I just haven't bothered to do the mark making bit, so I'll do that and upload that at some point. Here's another page tab. Again, just a little flower. This one's a metal flower with a little diamante sort of inside. That was another piece of Broken Jewelry that I had floating about. Some more of that beetroot dyeing. You can see all the pages are completely different. That's also the same batch of beetroot dyeing, just different colour papers, different ages of papers, different types of papers, came out completely differently. It's another piece of my handmade paper. Sort of a pink hue going on. Leave all these little daggy bits on, who knows, you might want to pull them off or play around with them, I don't know. I give you the option. Here's another one of those big sideways pockets, has two big journal cards in it, a little journal card out of a paper pad, some printed ephemera, and just a little saying out of a paper pad as well. Another book page pocket has a journal card tucked in the side, two journal cards in the first pocket, piece of a printed ephemera in the back pocket, and it has another tuck here made out of one of those faux postage stamps, and just a little tag tucked in there. This is the last page tab, again with a little dangle. Has a little flower made out of a piece of doily, and a little gold rose stuck in the middle. And another pocket. It's a unfinished envelope, a big journal card, a card with some writing space on the inside, and just a journal card from a paper pack and a sticker stuck in the faux stamp tuck at the front. And here's a tiny pocket just with a few sort of tags and tickets and whatnot tucked in, just a little bit extra. this is the other side of that envelope. Again, there's some printed ephemera, a handmade journal card, and just a few bits and pieces. There's a postage stamp, a little ticket, another little ticket, all tucked into this little piece of paper embellishment on the front. So yeah, that's it. Like I say, there's no pockets on the back cover either. Yeah, she's just kind of a bit plain there. I liked it. I liked the paper once I'd finished with it, so yeah, I decided to leave that as well. I mean, you can always stick a belly band or something on there if you're that way inclined. So that's the beauty of junk journaling. Once you get your hands on a junk journal, you can junk it up or dress it up or do whatever you want to it as much as you like. It's yours to play with. That's the whole purpose. Making things beautiful again. Sound like Donald Trump. Making junk great again. But it is. That's the whole purpose of a junk journal. Taking something that people have thrown away and making it into something that somebody actually would really love to own. So anyway, there's just the pink strings from the sewing in at the signatures. I like to leave them long. You can chop them off or whatever grabs your fancy. So that's Cora. I hope you really enjoyed meeting her. I enjoyed making her. She was different for me. Well, the pink was a bit unusual. Difficult. It was a little difficult. But yeah, she's quite pretty. Probably not my usual style, but close enough that she was enjoyable to make. So thanks very much for coming along and meeting Cora. It's been great to have you here, and I will see you all again next time. Oh, Cora will be on my Etsy store eventually, so if you're interested, go keep an eye out there, and yeah, we'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.